there, and welcome to the Dave Does channel. And of course, I should say I'm back. It's been 4 months. It's been 4 months since I stepped away from the channel. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, yada yada yada. And at that point in time, I had no intention of coming back. But I hadn't ruled it out in the sense of the reason I stepped away. There was two reasons: was my health and enjoyment. If I'm not enjoying doing the videos and filming them videos, then you're definitely not going to be enjoying watching them. So there was no point me actually doing them. And it just felt like a big chore, plus my health wasn't good. So let's address the health thing. Yeah, got a lot of my health concerns under control. Spent some time fixing those. There may be some background noise, just because it is hotter than my arse after eating hot wings right now. Here in the UK, it's 34, 35. We don't do air conditioning in here. Our houses are designed to keep heat in for our cold weather. So yeah, we're all struggling a little bit. So I've got a fan in the other side of the room, kind of blowing some cold air or coldish air at me. But yeah, so generally health in a much better place. Not perfect, but a lot better. And apart from that, the last 4 months I've been working on obviously Telescribe, the drums for them, and played a couple of shows. Been doing a little bit on the new album for Telescribe, not a huge amount because it's actually kind of sitting with other people to do their parts before, and then we're back in the studio next month, getting ready to showcase the songs later this year at a live event. And then apart from that, I've obviously been working on my new musical project, Altera do Monica. We dropped the first couple of singles, one last month and the month before. So we've dropped The Silence of Grief and Losing My Mind, and we've got the new one coming out the other side at the end of this month. So yeah, busy, but yeah, in a bit of better place. So thought I'd come back, and I just kind of got the urge the other day to come back and do some videos. And a part of that was actually because I dialed in or signed into the account. I hadn't looked at the Dave Does channel for a while and had loads and loads of comments on historic videos in the last 4 months. So I just started reading through them. There were some really cool comments in there. And it just kind of made me want to do this. So yeah, I'm back. Now, obviously, first video back. What am I going to pick? Well, I had to do The Warning, really. I had to do The Warning. I think it's an album. It's a band that I've covered multiple times throughout the last 4 years, since 2019, 2020 probably, when I first sort of got introduced to them. And it's been a roller coaster of thoughts and feelings about this particular, or the output of this band. Never about the band itself. So I always thought, I never thought negative about the band. I judge each song, or I look at each song on its individual merit. So that's kind of where my head is at this point in time. So I'm going to be checking out the song called Ritual. Now, obviously, last sort of albums I did was Keep Me Fed. And there were some tracks in there that I really liked. There were some that I wasn't as keen on. One big thing that people have talked about, the kind of die-hard, the Warning fans, or the original Warning fans from their early days, is how their change of sound. I don't mind the change of sound. I think it's a kind of a very, based on their age, of what they're listening to as well. People, generally musicians, you incorporate what you're listening to into what you're playing. So the fact that they are listening to the contemporaries around them, it makes a lot of sense of why their sound is what they're doing. It's still hard rock. It's very catchy, and they've really dialed into this kind of hooky catchability. I mean, you saw it with I think it was the track Ego, where they were getting people to, or Kerosene, I can't remember which one it was, and they started getting a whole real TikTok trend of the dance routine around it. So I haven't covered either of those songs because I have seen them. I've covered it. It's come up on my social feed so many times from this band that I didn't feel right to cover that. But Ritual, I definitely haven't seen. So looking forward to doing that. The way I'm going to do it, I am actually going to score. So I thought that would be interesting for me to do. Now we use this over on the ADK channel. So we use 4 categories. I'm going to be looking at this song video based on riffage and melody, vocals, originality, accessibility, and musicianship. I may pause the video, just so you're aware, just so that I can comment on it. It's only 3 minutes and 30, so I may not. But if there's anything that really stands out that I kind of really want to talk about, I will do. But I will give you my scores at the end. So without further ado, this is The Warning and Ritual. Let's do it.
close my eyes when I run out of time. Can't keep on running. I keep becoming realistically distressed. I play it out in my head, catastrophically obsessed. It makes me wanna rip my heart out of my chest, 'cause I just see death in what is beautiful, playing all the funerals. Everyone's blissfully delusional, but I deprive myself like it's a ritual. Ignoring my prescription, I found a new addiction. Now I'm not eating, and I'm not sleeping. My mind is playing fiction, a curse of my existence. Hyperfixation, no medication stops me from calling the dead. Light the candles on my bed, bracing for the world to end. It makes me wanna rip my hair off my head, 'cause I just see death in what is beautiful, playing all the funerals. Everyone's blissfully delusional, but I deprive myself like it's a ritual. I just see death in what is beautiful, playing all the funerals. Everyone's blissfully delusional, but I deprive myself like it's a ritual. But I deprive myself like it's a ritual. But I deprive myself like it's a ritual.
Okay, there we go, the warning and ritual. So we're going to be scoring this and talking about this from not just from the musical point of view, but also from the video, because obviously I'm watching the video and I want to talk about that as well. So the categories, as I said, is riffage stroke melody, because it's not always going to have a riff. Vocals, originality, accessibility, and musicianship. And as this is the first time I'm doing this on this particular channel, I will explain kind of what I've been looking at, etc. on there. So for me, when I looked at this one, so riffage, is the riffs big? Are they hooky? Have they got some originality to them? Are they not just simple chord progressions, etc.? So it kind of like, were they something that was a bit of thought process put into the riffs? And there were some really tasty riffs in there. When they do go to the kind of chord progressive riffs, it's usually on the chorus that you saw on this song, and that makes a lot of sense because you want to leave something that's just easy to bop your head along to and let the vocals take the lead on it. So I think they did a really good job there. Some big chunky riffs in there. Kind of the sound effect they're using on there, the flanger in the chorus. Reminded me a little bit of Muse, but which is understandable. There's their own influence on this band, so that's kind of cool. And there are some kind of new metal, especially in that mid break. You've got this kind of new metal influence coming through there. It's kind of like you're always going to get that Evanescence kind of referral a little bit when you get female fronted bands. But I'm really thinking about from that point of view of being a modern early 2000s band post when new metal really kind of got killed off, and we kind of crossed over into the next sort of generation of music of the modern, of what we would have called modern metal at the time. And it does have that feeling of some new metal riffs coming in there, which is very cool, like Seven Dust style, mixed with some Evanescence chord progression. So very, very cool on that one. Vocals, Danny's vocals are very cool. I felt it was a bit weird in the video. You've got Ali and Pal miming along to it, even though their vocals aren't included on this one. So, not really sure the purpose of that one is, unless they just kind of because obviously they're not actually singing. You can hear it's Danny's vocals. She's going very delicate. There is an effect on the vocals. I'm not quite sure what exactly the effect is, but there is an effect on it because it kind of compresses it down, which is fine. It kind of works on this particular track with the guitar effects. So enjoyed the vocals. Of the band, really, for me, my favourite vocals are Pal's. I think I actually prefer her voice. It's got a little bit more character. Danny's has got the most power to it. Pal's got a lot of power, but Danny has that consistency, obviously, as the lead vocals. And Ali has got nice vocals, but I haven't really heard enough of the stuff with her singing to kind of give you that kind of whether or not she'd be like my favourite vocalist from the band. But Pal's definitely my favourite there. Now, originality. This is where it struggles a little bit. Song wise, nothing too original in there, but well put together. So, and it's not and this is where people are going to be like, how dare you? Well, here's my thought process on originality. Very few bands are even going to score very high. Metallica could put a song out and it wouldn't score high on originality. Now, if you were talking about one of their earlier songs, might struggle, but whereas an early Motorhead's album or a Motorhead song would score higher on originality because there wasn't really anyone doing what they were doing before it. So you're looking for the forebearers, people that are actually setting out. And the Muse, with what they did on their earlier stuff, would be highly original because they set the trend. And there are certain bands, Ginger would get a high originality, for instance. So there are certain bands that will get higher in originality, but generally it's a low scoring category for most people on that one. But video, really interesting from an originality point of view. What I'm always looking for, so I've got the title Ritual. I'm watching the video to understand it, and you can see there were rituals going on, but I couldn't quite understand the characteristics. They've got their angel wings. They're cut off at the ends. So I've got to try and assume that there's something that they're trying to. Now, I'd have to get the lyrics up on screen to then watch that, but I'm not one of these ones that if I focus too much on the lyrics while I'm watching a video, I'm not really paying attention to anything else that's going on. So initial first impressions, it's always going to be the video and the groove and the riffs of the song and the melody. The lyrics will come in on repeated listens, but yeah, I thought there was some good originality in the. It's a very stylized, it's a visually striking video, so I thought that was cool. Accessibility, yeah, very accessible track. For the big rock, there's metal elements. I wouldn't call it a metal album. It's definitely a hard rock part with metal tinges. There's points when it goes metal, but generally very groove orientated, highly accessible, which we saw on the last album, Keep Me Fair, and I've seen it on the newer materials. They've really kind of doubled down and gone hard on it. You could use the word commerciality, but I would say accessibility. So they've thought about what is gonna really if they've probably thought it in the sense of what's hooky to them. So what gets them moving, what gives them a kind of groove and gets them going. They're not trying to think how can we be more obscure, how can we be. They're not trying to be Tool, for instance. They're not trying to really kind of catch you off guard. So I think it's well planned and it's well put together. Musicianship, really well structured song. This isn't about whether how obscure you are or how technical you are. It's about whether the song was constructed in a great way, and this was done really, really well. The parts make sense. So yeah, well done to the ladies for this, and obviously whoever else was involved producer wise for putting the song together, because it's got a really good sound. Now, score wise, this is scored out of 100 for each of these categories. So riffage and melody, I am giving this a 70. Vocals, I'm giving it a 70. Originality, 45. Accessibility, 70. And musicianship, I'm giving this an 80, which gives them an overall score of 67 out of 100, which is not a bad score. I think our highest one we had for anything on Top Trumps, which is what we called it over on the ADK channel, was 79, and that was Ginger. But most people were scoring somewhere in the 60s. So, yeah, it's good overall. Because you tend to find bands will score high on one thing, but low on something else. So originality is obviously a difficult one on that one. So well done to The Warning. Thoroughly enjoyable video. Has it caught me at the moment? It's not really something like the style I'm listening to at the moment, so it's not going to be enough to kind of get me kind of listening to The Warning on a regular basis, but I definitely understand why people do and really enjoy this band, because they're doing a lot of good things for the scene, their audience. The one thing that someone said to me about The Warning the other day said, yeah, they're bringing rock, and they're bringing rock back. They are, but rock never went anywhere, and if anything, they've gone further away from their core rock roots to being a far more polished, commercially accessible group, which means they're following more of the trends of what other bands are doing. So there's a lot more, like in this song there was a lot more sample based in there and synths, which they didn't have on the earlier stuff. So I think again it's filling that sound out, and that can work really well, but it's also one of the things that it starts to make them feel more part of the bunch. But obviously they stand out, they look great, they're a three piece, they're an all-female group, so they've got things that work in their favor that give them makes them stand out from the rest of the pack. And of course they're great musicians and great vocalists. So well done to The Warning. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Of course I'm not going to be doing regular videos, I'll just do them as and when I find something I want to talk about, but I'd love to know what you thought about this format in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the video sometime very soon. Take care.